a second because I have to type back to everybody and show them the nonsense I'm working on. Okay, so
Yellow.
check my
Kind of an awkward angle. Say hello.
Strange angle.
hi. Now again, I am streaming from my phone, which is also old, out-of-date equipment that is in desperate need of replacement. But here we are. This is just how things are around here for me because I hate buying stuff and technology. So here I am streaming. I'm trying to make my money off the internet. Anyway. Hi Flo, welcome Flo. Hopefully some people, hi Bills, welcome to the chat. So sorry to keep you guys waiting. I got off work early and was trying to mess with this computer to get it ready to go.
And the computer said no.
And the computer said no. Actually, I mean, oh man, talk about a testament to patience, which I don't even have. It was just a nightmare. But it would pretend I was streaming. It said, oh, and you're live. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Hit that button. And it's the type of situation where you hit the button and it takes like 6 or 7 seconds before it indents to show that you've hit the button. Oh God. So anyway, and then we streamed for like 2 minutes and people are like, well, I guess she's not ready yet. And I'm like, no, I really, okay, so sorry. Anyway, rough start. We got, this is just the way it is right now. More game. We're a scrappy young company that's like 10 years old now. Anyway, this is a paint and chat. So hello to everybody in the chat, and thank you so much for hanging out and being patient. Miss Flo, what are you working on, darling?
I am working on more Necrons, of course.
Beautiful, beautiful Necrons.
Oh, wow, it looks like a Tyranid.
Almost.
Yeah, the claws really
Yeah,
kind of
it's like a
set it off.
Little Hormigaunt.
I like them. I wanted to see your scarabs. I like your scarabs.
What the scarabs? I have painted ones over here.
Oh, okay. Let's look at the paint ones. Sorry, this is like super live cam now.
Ooh.
It's a phone cam, so it's not exactly going to be able to get like amazing recorded shots. So, more Space Hulk. Yes. Well, yes, I agree with that. Since this is on my phone, which requires me holding it, and I'm only so good at isometrics, I don't think we're going to be going a full 90 minutes on this. Probably a little shorter than that, but I didn't want to just leave you guys high and dry while I deal with dumb technical difficulties, and I want to be able to stream again in 2 weeks. And I think I know what all I need to add to it. You can kind of see here my beautiful, amazing setup. So my little stream elements thingy on Studio sees all your chat and even said I could stream, but then it lied. It was just a big liar. But here's kind of the rest of the setup.
Well, it's a very temporary setup.
A very, very temperate. This was what came together in like 2 hours, 3 hours before stream. So it's like tiered tables to try and get like the angle right, because I'm trying to use our actual Sony camera to get like a better image for the live stream and look a little nicer. So of course nothing worked. And then for you fine media glitch fans, we're setting up some stuff for that too. So hopefully more on that. What else can I show?
I mean, we just have the rooms,
Yeah. All right,
They're not,
let me show you here.
that's not actually set up, we just put
This
stuff in
is
there.
in no way properly set up at all, but we've got like wild walls from Tabletop Heroes, which is a show that someday the world will see. But these walls are now living here. Got massive amounts of props, and all that fun stuff happening.
We have the gaming area over there.
Yeah, that's probably the most exciting thing, right? Then my beautiful backdrop, which is going to be my permanent backdrop here, instead of just doing the green screen stuff. Because green screen's fun and all, but it's nice to just have a live background that you can physically touch. Check it out. It's like super high detail. And we did latex under the paint so we could get the cool rust effect. Very fun. Big storage unit of lots of stuff. And that's not even everything. Not everything's been moved out yet. I've been here 2 weeks, and we're still moving stuff in because my house is so full, so full. And then here's the actual gaming area. So this is a 19-foot span across. This is my table that we actually would shoot Space Hulk on. So, and this is a proper 4x6 table that that held all of our gaming stuff. So I think we were probably going to make another one of them because the space kind of dwarfs it, as you could see.
Plenty of space for two.
Yeah, so 2 areas there. So recording of games that are just set up and all of that. Then I've got a gift from Sammy back there that I'm finally going to do an unboxing of because I super appreciate him sending it to me. I had no place to open it in my house when he sent it, but now I do. And then costuming area, which I'm working on a bunch of costumes for, which most of them haven't made it here yet, so that's all getting filled up. And then, you know, the normal things, bathroom, little kitchenette sort of setup. So it's a really exciting space, and I want to do a proper tour when we've actually filled it with, you know, gaming stuff and made it look the way that we're intending to make it look instead of just a big empty room that people can only be so excited about. I mean, I get super excited because I love empty rooms because in my heart, I'm a minimalist, although no one could ever tell if you saw my house. But yeah, so we've been kind of working on that, which made the live stream come out more last minute than I would have liked. And that's the consequence of that. So don't do things last minute. Life advice, right? Next will be cooking with Wargamer Girl. I know how to make 2 things. I know how to make brownies and jalapeno poppers. And if you don't like either of those, then just go out to eat. An empty house. Oh gosh, I wish. No, actually my house still won't be empty because even after all the stuff's moved here, I'm actually building out a big sewing room that will be one of the biggest rooms in the house. So that's what I'm setting up. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And so we've been working away, but I'm also still just working.
There you go.
Oh, wow, thank you. You just watch. We'll get excited for all sorts of empty rooms. But thank you, War Budgies. Oh, that was exciting. I was going to give some quick news updates since I was looking at what was all happening in the world of wargaming, just the interesting stuff. So Warfare Weekend happened, as War Budgies would know. And I wanted to give a congratulations to the first place winner, Conan Jennings, mostly because he's a Khador player, but way to go, way to represent, take first place, excellent. And he played Vlad, who's a really cool caster in general, like lore-wise. I appreciate when people aren't just winning with Butcher, so thank you for that. But just to be all-inclusive with it, second place also went to Mr. Michael Stone with Circle of Boros, which I'm glad to see the Circle getting represented pretty well as well.
It's about time they won a tournament.
Yeah, Circle of Boros really struggles with winning tournaments. Radagast. Third place, Andrew Durso with Scorn. Good job, sir. And who else have we got? There's 4, right? Nate Magnan with Legion of Everblight. And this is all on the Privateer website, so they posted it. Don't yell at me for giving people's full names. And I also have, and this may end up being a New Year thing, not because I'm into New Year's resolutions, but because obviously I move at a snail's pace for everything. But boys and ladies and gentlemen, people of the court, we need to fix this. I love this game, but tabletop games should be played with terrain, with 3D models and 3D terrain. So that's what we need to fix. And I have some ideas for that, so stay tuned on that. But all the same, congratulations to the winners at Warfare Weekend. Good job, gentlemen. There wasn't a whole heck of a lot else I've been paying too much attention to. I know there's a major rules balance. Let's see. Oh, I can actually scroll this. I've never used the live stream on my camera, on my phone before. Let's see here. Khador wrecked in that tournament. Really well played. Oh, nice. Jalapeno brownies then? That sounds horrible. Thanks for budgies.
It's New Mexico. There's green chili brownies, I'm sure.
You can get green chili on your ice cream.
Yep.
It's very true. My parents have lived in their house for 10 years and still haven't unpacked everything. That's possibly true with me. Yeah, no. Let's see. Computers never lie. Is that the old Media Glitch studio? This is actually a new studio that we are renting for the meantime. Flat terrain makes it look like Wile E. Coyote dropped an anvil on the table. Yeah, that terrain. I know. Okay, thank you. I'm so glad I have support in this channel for all of this. So this is gonna be it. Like, let's make War Machine 3D again. Okay, let's do that. See, I just started getting into War Machine. I started with Khador 2. Pretty much been binge watching your Khador videos. I feel bad the rules have changed somewhat. I'll have to just, well, that's part of the studio space too, right? Like having an area and not wondering where I'm going to put stuff to record a battle report. That's the idea. Let's see. Monument! Hey Jason, how are you doing? This is my new studio space that I've been telling you about. So I'm very excited. Say hi. Hello. Chocolate and chili is bomb. It is pretty good. And chili is actually really good in jelly as well, like jam. Let's see, will you use the studio as a gaming space as well, or just vids and painting?
Yes.
Both. So, I mean, it's a lot easier to get people to kind of come together and hang out. I've learned if you have an actual studio and a meetup place instead of just someone's house. And my house is on like one end of town. So for a lot of people, it's a lot further to drive. So this is actually really centrally located. And it's just kind of a nice neutral space and people can come and hang out and do whatever. So I'm still working on the making it comfortable part. I did manage to put water in the refrigerator, so I got that far. But, you know, got a fair
There's
bit.
a bucket of red vines.
There's a bucket of red vines that we have and popcorn.
That's important.
I know, but I have to get like teacups and tea.
Oh, I
Everybody-
can help with that.
There's like the normal cutesy things that I don't think about because I'm too busy trying to literally move everything in. But yes, the idea is that people can come over and game, which is great because then people can kind of keep their skills honed, and then we can actually record battle reports. Which I had a question for you all if you are interested in Kill Team. Like I know Kill Team had a huge major rules update. Paul and I were talking about it. I don't know that the player base has been particularly excited about it. Like, what do you think's bigger right now, Warcry or Kill Team? So, inquiring minds want to know.
I'm gonna trade with you.
What state are you people in? New Mexico.
Disarray.
You people.
State of disarray.
A state of disarray, a state of confusion, a state of being.
State of anxiety.
Oh. Let's see, my kids have moved out, one almost 3 years, and I'm still tripping over their stuff. Yeah, the first world problem of stuff really does own us all. I'm moving to a new state on Saturday, but I have dreams of starting recording games. Nice! Yay. Yes, be jealous of me, Jason. But whatever, we're gonna be chatting soon anyway. Let's see how that goes for sure. In other news, I always paint Miranda a mini for Christmas. It's on now. And a mini she will like? Maybe. Maybe. Good morning from Germany. Hi, Napil. Hello. Let's see. Put a cot in the corner and I'll come paint with you. I feel like you are not lying, so we'll have to work that out. Plunder
Come hang
Den.
out with me.
Yeah. Actually, theoretically, I have space in my house once this is all moved out too, because my spare bedroom sort of became a quasi living room because everything else, like, it really was a very bad situation, so we'll see. Plunder Dead, sadly I'm off to work, but really want to drop in, check out the new space. Can't wait to see what you put together. Oh. Let's see. State of exhaustion. Follow the hatch chilies, you'll find them. Yeah, the hatch chili is delicious. That's every state of mind. If I ever find myself in New Mexico, I'll be sure to play a game with you in the new space. Yeah. So this is what we have going on for now. Obviously, there's a lot of moving and stuff that still has to happen. And so, like, I wanted to give a proper studio tour when that's all set up. So we're going to see what we can do in the next 2 weeks. Oh, I'm already, like, freaking out my computer. So did I mention everything I own is old, apparently? So this phone needs to be updated. My tablet needs to be updated. My computer needs to be updated. That's why.
Your friend list needs to be updated.
So yeah, but I may just call it here. Sorry to make it such a short stream. Although, real quick, I do want to know what you guys are all working on, because that's part of the whole paint and chat thing, is you get to check on each
If I
other
can
and
find that one
keep-
thing that went right there. Then we can
accountability.
keep the stream going. I can actually make it go.
Well, I'm already down at the phone's at like 21%.
But it'll plug in as well.
How much of painting have you been able to do while I run technical difficulties? Ooh, I love that. What's that? Let's see if I can get a cool shot from my ring light. Oh, this is terrible. What am I doing?
What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm trying to get this thing illuminated properly. Ugh. Maybe? Is that gonna work?
You see where I put that old?
Oh, that looks
that
super
thing
bright
attached
purple.
to?
I haven't seen it since I've been here.
And you can't focus it directly. So it's kind of where she's at. It's looking pretty good, right? I like all the super harsh highlights on this side. You end up knocking them down, huh? The
Not
highlights?
usually,
Oh, do you keep them that sharp? Nice. Dig it.
'cause it makes it look a little more metallic when you don't.
Yeah, it does. I like the harsh end. I think a new Warhammer game came out today, too. Oh. It's not old, it's pre-retro.
Right.
Okay. Maybe, maybe.
Yeah, you're good. You just have to open it more.
There we go.
There we go. How's that?
A little better.
There you go.
All right, there you go. Such high technology. I don't understand how a phone, this phone is way older than I think the computer I'm using for streaming, but the requirements on a computer must be significantly more demanding. I don't get it. It's an assassin model. Ooh. Good to see you, gang. Bye, Jason. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see. Todd, I'm finishing up a Krampus that I'm going to hide in my parents' Christmas village. Ooh, nice.
You need to take a picture of that when you do it.
Yeah. And Miranda said centrally located. I misheard it as, wow. Way too early in the morning. Let's see. OSL practice model. I went to a class at Warfare that was top notch. Oh, nice. I always forget about the panels and everything. Like anytime I've been to a convention, I really am either yapping with everybody or playing in a tournament of some sort. And then like all my friends go and do the networking and the part that involves, you know, learning stuff like panel. You've done panels at conventions, right?
No.
You haven't done any?
I've only been to the one
Okay.
convention.
Yeah, but I thought you did panels at Adepticon.
No, I followed you around like a lost duckling.
Well, that's okay.
Because I was very, very, very new.
Working on Battletech Kador. Excellent. The Neo Buzzard, love it. Hi, Jake. Damn, Flo. You're a single-minded, wonderful painting machine, says Austin.
I might look like it on stream, but that's when I paint.
She's a very focused painter. In fact, pretty much whenever you're focused on anything, that's kind of just what you do. She doesn't get distracted like me. Let's see.
Sometimes.
Large stone bridge when I get home. Oh my gosh, that was one of the other things. We're moving out. We're finding all of this terrain that was like purchased secondhand or found or places we're
Might
getting
do
rid of it.
Quotes on or comments on there. Might be easier.
Maybe. But a lot of stuff just got kind of poked away. So that's all being discovered now. And we have heaps of terrain at this point. It's kind of crazy. So,
Like, oh,
yeah,
we have stuff.
we have stuff. It's cool. So I'm, now I'm trying to actually see this chat. There we go. Awesome studio. Looks like there's more to come. Yeah, that's
So
the
much
idea.
more.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously more than a big empty space. Like that would be a waste of money. So we'll see. You should go on tour when you get it done. Come to Utah. Ooh,
And
I was just in Utah.
Yeah.
I love Utah. I hate the drivers in Utah, but I love Utah. Freaking terrifying every time I'm there. Poking my head. Hey, Maxicorn! Welcome. My studio space. I gave a very rough, empty room tour earlier. So you can check it out if you're curious. But the next tour that happens actually should be a bit being, all prettified. We'll see what I can do in 2 weeks. One of the things that will happen in 2 weeks is this freaking computer works properly. We'll see.
You say that.
I will make a point to get it done. Let's see. Todd, I've been doing a different model for the past 3 years. They now have mice making a snowman and goblin Christmas carolers in it. Wait a minute. They know, right? Like, they know you're doing this. This isn't like an invasion of the body snatchers replacing all of the Christmas villagers in their little village, is it? I mean, if you're just doing one-offs, it's one thing to be sneaky, but if you're replacing everything.
I still want pictures.
MacArthur, you guys are seriously cool. Not something I'm usually told. Keep posting these as you progress in setting up, please. I will try. I'm horrible at tracking progress, like journals, photos, family photos. Usually fail in all of these aspects, but I will do my best to share with you all as I progress.
I will try to remind her.
You're really good at that. They suspect. Todd! Wow, dude. Oh, God. Do you have insurance for that place? Are you offering insurance? Let's see. I want them to be replacing the Christmas villagers. I mean, that's what I imagine, right? Like, then there will be like weird transition ones of people like grabbing their get, and then other ones with like chest bursters or whatever weird setup would exist at that point. Yeah. Oh, the camera the light on the ring light came down a bit. I'm wondering if that maybe
Helps any?
Yeah, I don't think this is great for that. Just have to post actual proper pictures.
That's
Do you have an
pretty good.
Instagram? Do you upgrade that?
I have not recently, but I need to.
Can you hold it up again?
Let's try it again.
So you
Oh
can
my
see.
gosh. This mirrored business is so weird. Oh wow, that's definitely more in focus than it looks on my first camera. And then his really awesome highlights. Pretty awesome. I don't know, I'm not convinced it's in focus, but there you go. Anyway. Let's see here. Look, the village is on platforms like 4x9, so there's a lot of people in space to hide things. That is a massive
I need to start
set.
doing that to my sister. My sister's got one. We have both a Halloween and a Christmas one that we got from our mom.
Yeah.
Ashley has them both right now, but I am eventually going to take the Halloween one. And I kind of like the idea of hiding stuff in her Christmas one because she's got a lot more for the Christmas one.
That'd be pretty funny. Mandragora! My feet hicked up. Did she say hi, Maxicorn? Hi, Mandragora? Or was she caught between the two? I don't remember. That was moments ago. But all the same, hi to both of you. Maxicorn does all the fun YouTube lore videos for War Machine, which is really nice because hardly anybody does War Machine lore, even though War Machine and Iron Kingdom's lore is honestly probably one of the more fascinating IPs out there, if anybody looks at it, and still the best rendition of steampunk you'll find. So, and he seems like a nice guy. Austin, I've always wanted to play a War Machine game in a Christmas village.
You've done that.
We did that with Company of Iron, which I'm sure you guys remember the Christmas gingerbread town that we made when Dylan and I had our battle against each other, and then very carefully ate the set afterward because all of the these are really hard gingerbread cookies. Just
At least
crunchy.
they were sturdy.
It was some serious ASMR at the end. But yeah, no, the whole and it seems perfect because a lot of those little villages, the scale's close, it's not quite right because miniatures keep scaling up, but you could make it work. Yeah, you could definitely make it work. When you move the figure toward the camera, it reminds me of Count Floyd from SCTV. Now I'm dating myself. Yeah, I don't know that one, man. Way cool neck runs. You tried to eat a tree in that video. I did. Hey, Jaden. Popping in to say hi, GW.
In high school, one of my friends did a video, and someone had baked brownies for them. And at the end of the video, after everything else, he's like, "This is a brownie." And he throws it on the ground, and it bounces. And I was like, "Oh, okay." Miranda's brownies are much better than that.
It's true. I slightly undercooked them because on a gas heating stove and at a higher altitude, things cook faster and evaporate anyway. And then I individually wrap them in saran wrap to hold in the moisture because
I don't
otherwise.
think I've ever actually gotten to the saran wrap.
Oh, really?
I've always eaten them fresh.
Oh, okay, fair enough. They last pretty well too. So it's the whole thing. It's the whole thing. Yes. Jen, how's it going tonight? NJ, wow, both of you guys, good to see you. Yeah, it's been a minute. I know you two have probably been super busy. We've just moved into a studio, and none of the live streaming stuff worked, so I'm doing it from my phone, which is also on the verge of dying, so you know. But yeah, we're just getting situated and kind of enjoying the space, but also needing to fill it. So I will give you guys a better update as we progress. But you know, this should light a fire under me because you know, it's rent and it's expensive, so I need to make it work. Manager, okay, wishing you a lot of luck with the venue and renovation and the shop business. Oh well, so long as you can crack a bottle of champagne against the side of the building, call it yours. Bums outside do it all the time for us anyway. We don't need anyone to crack any booze against a building. I'm in a good part of town too. Ho hum. Hey Robert, good to see you, man. And Jeremy. Oh yeah, I need to talk to you soon, Jeremy. I'll message you later. Bills, now that you have studio space, should we expect a flood of new videos? Please, please, please say yes. Yes? Should be able to get to it. Important thing is it'll be a lot easier to record them, and then I just have to figure out my setup for actually editing the stuff, because that's the thing that takes time. Christmas Town, the one I also, let's see, the one I also made in a fancy engine. Yes, that's awesome, moving up in the world, trying, working on it, new stuff, so a lot of things to work on, but this is the part I can share with you guys, and I like sharing it all with you guys. And from the painting standpoint, I'm probably going to be bumping DJ's stuff off of Flo's painting palette for a bit to get her help with some of my stuff. Hey.
It'd be nice to have something new for a little bit.
Well, a lot of it would probably be terrain, and then minis. I found so many minis. There were minis, oh my gosh. The corners of my house that minis exist in. It's embarrassing. Like, yeah, it's just crazy. Sounds awesome. Motivation is key. We painted up some stuff lately. Keep on hobbying. Thanks, Jay. Lorraine, you must be excited to reclaim a lot of space at your house.
Yeah.
Slaughter. Yeah, I am. Many minis, so many minis. My studio, would you consider video game reviews? So, funny you should mention that. Not me on my really do video game reviews unless they were just probably not. It's not really necessarily in the scope, and I don't know that the audience that I have is super excited about it. But I also work on the channel Media Glitch with Joel, and we're going to be doing some filming here for that channel as well, and that is all video game reviews. And hopefully,
fact, she did Hollow Knight on that one.
yes. I reviewed Hollow Knight. I reviewed the video game Mechanicus, the like XCOM kind of game.
You did like the Conan Barbarian one or something?
Oh, Conan Exiles. That was my first review I actually ever did. Did a bunch of research and I just talked over Joel for like 10 minutes straight. It was great. I was very eager. But yeah, so Media Glitch should be coming back, which is really cool because the studio has internet access, and it's really good internet access. So hopefully we can actually do some live interactions with the audience through Media Glitch, because we used to do the indies, oh gosh,
America's Next
Indie Devs Got Talent Survivor Edition.
Yeah.
Where basically there's just a series of independent game companies, you know, the games you see on Steam for like $1 to $5, like very small indie developers. And when Joel was doing the video game reviews, he had, I don't know, dozens of keys pouring in a day for trying to get reviews for their games, because a big thing that helps indie developers out is having people review and talk about your game, because there's such a flood in the market. Even being able to know about a game is really difficult. And so the way we were trying to kind of, you know, rapid fire them off was that everybody on the team at Media Glitch would get assigned a key for whatever game, and it did not have to be in our preferred genre at all. It was usually just all over the place. And then we'd compete, and we would try to sell Joel as the host on our game as best we could. So we always put the best foot forward we could for that given game. And then we were trying to get audience incorporation to vote on that, on which one they preferred. So I'm hoping we can bring that back, because it was actually a whole lot of fun. It was really exciting. And it's kind of, I hope it was a fun thing for the developers to see as well. So that's where we're moving with that. Melinda, oh my God, Tommy's there at Full House. Nice. Full house, 3 people in my studio space. It will be a full house. Hi, Melinda. Welcome to my studio. Well, she already saw it. She was in town, so.
And didn't hang out with me. Whatever.
She was busy, I think, probably. I don't know.
I just assume everybody's always busy all the time.
Yeah, it's
If
usually
they have
safe
time to
there.
hang out with me, they'll get in contact.
Jeremy, I'm building the Sisters of Battle right now from the Kill Team Chalnath.
We got one of those.
We've got that.
We've got one of those as well. The novitiates, right? I don't know.
They're super cool headbands.
Tommy likes the way they look. I am not excited about them. Like, I know they're apparently pretty good if you play the melee style, but I don't know. I'm just like an old stick in the mud about the miniatures. I'm like, no, they wear helmets, or they don't wear helmets, but they don't have this little, whatever, nun habit, yeah,
I think,
on.
with headbands.
And obviously, like, I think I'm in the minority there, because I think they're really popular, but I don't know. Maybe I was just feeling cranky that day.
I mean,
I say hang a camera in the top corner of the main room and permanent live stream. No way. Yeah.
Well, we probably could live stream some games now, like a lot easier.
We probably could live stream some games. I wouldn't mind having like an angled camera like that and time-lapsing setups, which would be really fun, but we'll just have to see. Are you still using Patreon? Yes, and I'm actually trying to, that's on my resolution list of things to update and give more attention to. And it's also incorporated into my Make War Machine 3D Again campaign that I'm going to be launching, because, dang it, I'm sick of fighting over placemats. Lord Binder, hello. Hi. Yes, Melinda says there's so much on her to-do list. So she's just far too busy. Uncle Jesse. Let's see. The terrain was good though. The terrain in that box set does look massive. We have that. We have, what's the other one we just got?
I don't know, it's one with the orcs and the Imperial Guard.
Yes.
It's the main one. Comes with the rulebook and stuff.
Octarius.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
I
have
was gonna
that
say, we
one.
locked something.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of orc buildings in there.
So that, and we have Chalnath, we have a lot of terrain. We have Shadow War Armageddon, but I think the scale of that one,
No, I think the scale still, like the height of the platforms is still the same. It's just different type of terrain.
oh, okay, I don't know. So this is part of the, like, having space to actually see, like, just what all terrain we have, because 40K changed their terrain height requirements, and so I just want to make sure we're in compliance with that, so that, you know,
Yeah, we have a bunch of the old stuff that's short.
We have so much of the old stuff.
I mean,
It's probably just gonna end up in there too, because after a certain while, like, come on, ugh. But you know, gotta get everything painted. Jeremy, yeah, they don't have power armor because they're like Space Marine scouts, not full sisters yet. Yeah, that's, and I mean, it seemed fine. Although weapon skill 4, if you're really leaning them into melee, I don't know. I'm sure they work. You only can have one set of novitiates with per squad of sisters though, too, right? So
Yeah.
you can't really, because I'm sure they're
Yeah.
cheaper points wise, but you can't just flood the board with them.
I think regular sisters are only weapon skill 4.
They might
I
be,
think
but they're all
ballistic
shooting.
skill 3 up. I think.
Yeah, so I mean, other than Repentia, you're not really, maybe the Paragon suits. I don't know if the Paragon suits probably are better weapon skill, but
They have some new fighty units that I think are pretty good.
yeah, they really do. I mean, they've got some really cool stuff. But I still want all my Catachan. I don't know. It's a conflict constantly. It's like I really just need to decide what to do and do it. Let's see here. Hollow Knight may be the first game I bought from Media Glitch Review. Nice. What? Is the resin going to start flowing again?
Probably, but more variations of it.
In a word, yes. The resin must flow, right? So, I guess I hadn't seen Dune whenever I was last live streaming with you guys. So, quick movie review. I saw 2 movies in the last 2 weeks. The first was Dune, which is really like Dune Part 1, if you have read the books, which I have not. But I think I'm finally convinced to read the books, because, or at least the first one, because the movie was really quite interesting. So, we'll see. And then the second movie was No Time to Die, the new James Bond, which was also surprisingly good. I was very grouchy at the idea of it being a 2-hour and 43-minute movie, but it held my attention the whole time. I know. And
I had no idea.
it is a long movie. Oh no, I saw another one. I saw the C.S. Lewis review, movie as well, which was quite interesting. It's, I guess, a writing, because I wanted to say it's a stage play because you watch and it feels like a stage play, but
Well, it's a writing that turned into a stage play that turned into a movie.
yes, all of that. So it's writing that turned into a stage play that turned into a movie. And it's like an hour and 13 minutes. It's a very short movie. It was decently told. It just goes so fast that you feel like there's a lot of content there to chew on, and you've moved on before you really have a chance to digest it. So there's that. Whoa, thanks, McGarthus. What was that for? Resin is the new spice, exactly. In the miniature hobby world, resin and then plastic, all the things. Let's see. Yep, the height is the same. The biggest difference is the Chaineth stuff is Sector Imperialis terrain, and Shadow War Armageddon terrain is Sector Mechanicus. Oh, well, we have use for all of that. I mean, you may have seen it from my quick tour, but I've got lots and lots and lots of mats. So I want to have the gaming mat for each one. I can actually organize it. It's gonna be so nice. I think I like organizing. We'll see when I get a chance to do it. Robert, I'm in the middle of the Dune audiobook. Many voice actors, not just one person reading it. So worth the time. Ooh, like an audio drama.
That's how World War Z is also.
Thank you, McGarthus. Okay, yeah, World War Z sounded that way. And what else was I going to say? The Dracula audiobook is actually really good in that way, too. 2 hours 44. I was wondering, yeah, it is a long movie. But it doesn't feel bad for it.
You're like, it doesn't feel that long, but.
And we have Ghostbusters coming out this weekend. So, I mean, I am going to be there this weekend to watch this new Ghostbusters because I'm super excited. I love it. Magway Man, the Dune story spans thousands of years. Paul is only the beginning. Oh no, I know there's a bunch of books. I don't know if I'll read through all of that because like I read some of, like I read Ender's Game and Ender's Shadow, and like that series seems interesting enough, but I kind of want to explore more authors before just going back and reading the full series, and Frank Herbert certainly sounds like a perfectly accomplished and good author to read, but I've got a long list of sci-fi authors to catch up through. I've watched Dune 5 times since it's come out. I even rewatched the original movie. Jeremy, wow. I'm not used to you liking something, let alone liking something this much. I'm so proud of you. Oh, thank you, Nicholas. Appreciate it, man. all helps to make this studio happen. War Budgies unrelated, but I haven't said it in a minute. Hashtag Fiora lives. In your dreams, good sir. In your dreams. Although she did get some pretty powerful balancing. So we'll see. Oh, that was the other thing we were talking about. So I don't know who all in the chat here plays Malifaux, but somebody has been listening to the Malifaux lore. Now, can you just speak to that a bit?
So I've been checking out the podcasts by Breachside Broadcast.
Okay.
They fully dramatize everything that they're actually reading.
Yeah, which is
It's-
super fun. It's like well done too. It's not
Great
cringy.
accents, and
Yeah.
it actually is set up so that it is like a broadcast on the other side of the gate. So it's really nice. They even have like little advertisements in between the stories that would run in Malifaux. It's kind of great.
Yeah. So you've been kind of catching up on the lore at this point, huh?
I still have a long way to go.
A little bit. So I don't know.
But I am listening to the lore, and who knows? Maybe I'll actually put some lore out there for you guys, if you guys are interested in it.
Yes.
Some summarized lore.
Well, yeah.
There's a lot of it at this point, so.
There's like 127 episodes right now, not counting the Chronicles and the other side stories, says Todd.
Yes, which I'm listening to all of them in the order they were released, so.
And War Budgies does hunger for lore. That's right. So I can keep up with the Iron Kingdoms lore, which the Kickstarter, I think for their Outlands. I feel bad. I don't remember the name because I logged in and backed it right before I left for Valhalla, and then never checked on it again because I was just so busy. But I'm excited. I want all of the lore and all of the Iron Kingdoms and the Outlands too. Oh, hey, McArthur. Jeez, man. Thanks, man. Let's see. Ethelyn? Dune movie is pretty. Missing depth and relevant details changed. Suggest reading Dune, Dune Messiah, and Children of Dune. The next three are Strange and Everything by Brian. The Sun is lesser quality. It's a very specific opinion you have on that. We'll have to see. I mean, it depends on what you like in a story. Like, what are the parts that you really cling to and like that you really gravitate to, versus if somebody else has to pick it up. Because who was it who originally wrote the Wheel of Time series that got picked up by Brandon Sanderson? Tolkien?
No, not Tolkien. Why am I saying Tolkien? I freaking have this series. Why am I drawing a blank?
Thank you, Nicholas.
Jordan.
Robert Jordan?
Robert Jordan.
Robert Jordan, okay. But I mean, I think
I
people
thought
had...
J and R. In my mind went Tolkien. I'm like,
J.R.
wait, that's not
Tolkien.
right.
Fair enough. Yeah, so War Budgies mentioned it too, Robert Jordan. So, I mean, I worked in a bookstore when that whole thing happened, and there was a very sharp divide. Night McArthur, thank you, man. And Night War Budgies. Oh, are you out of here? Gotta run, gang. We'll post the OSL experiment on Facebook. Congrats, thank you. Take care, War Budgies. Yeah, I don't know how much longer we'll necessarily keep going, because...
How's your phone doing?
It's probably okay. It actually, well, no, it's not a net loss. It's fine. Yes, so we will see what happens there, but I don't know. I've decided I'm excited for the new Ghostbusters because I really want to be. So I feel like I'm going to go in with a pretty open mind about it. But to be fair, I had basically no opinion of how the James Bond movie was going to go, and I was quite pleased with how they took care of his character. And there was nobody I actually hated. So that was actually nice and refreshing to see in a movie. Jeremy, I'm going to binge watching the Wheel of Time series. Yeah.
I haven't seen any of that.
Neither have I. I'm still like struggling to get through Squid Games. And in
Have you
TV.
watched any more of it?
Actually, yeah, we watched through episodes 3, 4, and 5. So we're up through that far. We're like, I just keep feeling like they're ripping off the Akira soundtrack. But I don't know. It's probably fine. Like, it's not a bad show at all. It's just like hard to see what everyone's really excited about. So we'll see. But I'm gonna finish it. Give it a good honest go, you know. Johnny Gonzalez, next in line is Eternals. I keep hearing good things about it. Are you interested in the movie? My brother went and saw the Eternals, and he said that it is vastly better than the previews, because the previews to me look directionless and a little pretentious. I hate seeing that in a movie. But this, I mean, if people who I generally trust like the opinions of, you know, people I know or friends and family and stuff if they recommend it. Now, my brother looks for different things in a movie than I do, so I don't know if I might still see stuff and be like, oh, this is boring winkery or whatever. But it's also super long. It's like 155 minutes. So what is it, 2 hours and 35 minutes? Super long again. I'm just tired of long movies. So we'll see. I think I put that behind, obviously I'm gonna see Ghostbusters first. Like, that's a given. And then I wanna see the Soho movie. What is that? Last Night in Soho, because it's an Edgar Wright movie and I like his stuff. And then I'll probably watch Eternals. We'll see. Although I guess Red Notice is another one that's in theaters right now, and it's also on Netflix. So we'll see. Miranda, don't say Beyond Squid 3. We'll chat after. I haven't given away anything, Paul. You're fine. It's okay. Wheel of Time came out already? It's about to come out if it hasn't already. I mean, I guess. Jeremy said he was going to binge it. So it's coming out soon if it hasn't already. I saw the previews were up for it. Let's see, Jeremy, it really makes me want a remake of the Sword of Truth series that's more adult and less Xena. Hey man, even Xena was more serious than the Sword of Truth series. I loved that series of books. Like, very, very, very interested and very excited when that show came out. Like, very much so. And I really genuinely enjoyed most of the cast, and the costumes were amazing. But yeah, like, and it pissed me off because Terry Goodkind was one of the screenwriters for the story, and he obviously didn't care about it, which was really frustrating to see. So yeah, the story that you got in the TV show was no way like what the books were. It was just a weird farce, caricaturization of everything. Everybody was dumb, which is not what it's like in the books. So it was a horrible representation to get anybody to read the books. So and then I was really hoping the second season would like help pick it up, and I just renamed the show Kara and Her Band of Idiots because she was the only character I liked in that show by the end. And Xena, for the record, is amazing. Still is. Still holds up. I mean, no one else agrees with me, but I think it holds up. Let's see, from what I've seen, I'm really happy with Ghostbusters. Death game stories never excite me. They feel so edgy for edginess sake. Thank you, Todd. I think that's part of maybe what's bugging me, because I can't decide if that's what everyone's excited about or not. Maybe there's more to it. We'll see. Shale, Eternals failed to grab my attention. I do not know or care about any of those characters or things that happen to them. Yeah. Jeremy, should I make all the sister initiates as auto guns or auto pistols and swords? My understanding was auto pistols and swords were going to be like, the way that you run those girls, but what do you want to use them for? Let's see, Red Notice was really good. And Wheel of Time comes out on Friday. All right. Johnny Gonzalez is 100% right. Xena was cool and Hercules. I loved them both. Let's see, Jeremy Johns loved the Soho movie, and I trust him. I love Xena Sorbo. Yes, and Kevin Sworo. Yes, they were good shows. They were fun, positive time, and yes, they were pretty campy. But, like, you could argue the same with Buffy. There's a lot of campiness, but there's also, like, serious storytelling in that. And I think you can get away with a lot and charm a lot of people in a storytelling environment, like in a TV show, if you just don't treat the audience like simpletons and tell stories that are like relatable human stories. And then you can have absurd things and it's still fine because there's still like a relatable connection. Yeah, exactly. In there. And Buffy did that very well. Angel did that okay. And then like I feel like Hercules and Xena did, but I grew up with those shows, so probably there's a little bit of nostalgia there. So we'll see. Screw the Net. That classic era of adventure in the 90s is all over the place, but fantastic. Don't forget Beastmaster, but the movies were way cooler. Whew! Yeah. Bill, slowly working my way through the new Lost in Space series. I didn't know there was one.
I saw like 2 episodes of that before DJ moved on to another one.
You know,
He was not patient enough.
the more I watch sci-fi, the more I want to watch older sci-fi. Like, I love TNG, like Star Trek TNG. Really like Voyager, because that was the one I grew up with. But, man, like, go back and watch the original series, and you're like, this show's amazing. This show's even better every time. I was like, Kirk, I love you so much. And then he got to go to space. It was so great. Oh, I love it. Jeremy, I will rewatch Hercules and Xena every time I find them streaming on one of my streaming devices. Ooh, I'm sure Laura loves that. I have the DVD box set of Xena, so I just watch it whenever I want. I also have, well, a fair amount of the older TV box sets. I think we got all of Buffy. I have my mom's old DVDs for the Avengers show from the 60s, which I also super love. So great. But yeah, so anyway, all that said, you've been making some progress over here while I yap away.
Those two have all their blue highlights.
Hello. Oh, hello, what are you here? Oh, you know, just doing machine stuff.
And this is how Miranda always used to play with her toys growing up.
What are you talking about? I still play with my toys like this. It's part of why I have so many broken minis. But anyway, we all take what we love out of this hobby, and
She likes breaking things.
super glue is just a really handy tool to have on hand because it helps make it a very accessible hobby to people who drop things on their miniatures. Yeah.
You could have probably just stopped and dropped things.
So judgy. Get back to painting. So scary. So yeah, I don't know. I probably should wrap it up because I think when I get home tonight, I might go ahead and actually do surgery on my computer and swap the graphics cards. We'll see. Every time I do it, I mean, I've been known to be a little impetuous in everything I do. And so I just need to be very careful because, you know, when you open a computer, you've got to make sure you've grounded yourself. You're not going to put a static shock on anything, that you've, you know, discharged all power in the machine. There's like a whole laundry list of rules that I'm like, I do really well the first time and then not the second time, and I have to work with 2 computers, so I'm just going to have to be really focused and attentive to it.
So you have to full flow.
Yeah, which I totally can do once in a while. Old sci-fi, try Moonbase Alpha, Space 1999. What? Okay. You know, guy, I'll take your recommendations, although I'm still mad at whoever recommended Streets of Fire, because what the heck? But yeah, I'll watch some old sci-fi. Johnny Gonzalez, Star Trek is awesome. Any room for the next generation? I enjoy the dialogue. Yeah, no, TNG is great. Data is like the best character in that, although Riker's kind of hilarious. They've got a really good cast in TNG. Actually, one of the ones that I think I might give a go to finally is DS9, because I really never watched that show. Because it was DS9 and then Voyager, so I was just really kind of aware enough to watch TV when Voyager was out. So TNG was just, or I'm sorry, DS9 was right before me. Oh, very scary. Let's see, it looks like I'm going to be playing 40K here in a few weeks, but we're jumping in Time Machine and playing 4th edition. Really? Why do 4th edition, Jeremy? Just out of curiosity. Nicholas, I rewatch Babylon 5 and Voyager all the time. See, I remember Babylon 5 being on, but that was kind of in that other era because was Farscape right around that time? Because I remember watching Farscape. And yeah, it's great. Superglue is an asset. Thank you, Paul. Warehouse 13 is fun to rewatch. Nice. Grip all metal, no static. Yeah. DS9 and Babylon 5, basically the same premise. Oh, well, there you go. So, we'll see what happens, I guess. Anything else worth mentioning? I mean, yeah. There was a whole thing, but it all didn't happen, so. Star Trek, the original series, all-time favorite. Shatner really chewed the styrofoam scenery. I don't know. I think he was great. Forbidden Planet, Leslie Nielsen, super retro sci-fi from 1956. Hate it or live it, it's classic. Yes, that's actually on my list to still see. Like, that one I have not. But I remember watching, what's the oldest one? Well, the oldest one I guess I've seen is Metropolis, but that's very, very old school. Ooh, scarabs. Got a bug infestation up in here already. Gosh, can you believe it? It's Albuquerque
Doesn't take
scarabs.
any time.
No. Oh, they look so cute. The scarab ones are really cool. We need to have like a scarab shell that you can put over like a Roomba or something. And you can make it where it walks because you just put the little springs in. So you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be so good.
It's gonna be like one of those little things where you open up the container and it's got the little bug going like.
Yes. Amazing paintwork, says Johnny.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, she's great. Like, she's all focused as I'm sitting here distracting. Let's see. JMS actually wanted to sue Paramount because he felt like they took his pitch and turned it into DS9. Oh. Well, it's hard to say because that stuff, I can't say it doesn't happen in Hollywood. There's a show on Netflix called like The Movies That Made Us. And there was what was the story? Which one was it? The similar story the guy sued over?
Coming
was-
to America.
That's right. Because I watched Coming to America, which is an amazing movie. I haven't seen the sequel. And then we watched The Movies That Made Us about Coming to America. And yeah, there was like a guy who filed a lawsuit claiming that it was his story originally, even though the story was actually very different, but he still won a settlement. So, I mean, Paramount, or was it Paramount? Warner Brothers, I think, actually knew about it. So that stuff, good old Hollywood, can't be trusted with anything. Mogwai Man, did you know that the Ferengi were originally supposed to be major antagonists? The writers gave up on that and made them comic relief instead. They probably do better in that regard.
No, the best one we saw in that was The Lost Boys.
The Lost
Because it was
Boys was
supposed
amazing.
to just be a Peter Pan movie.
The Lost
about
Boys
kids.
went through a crazy. Yeah, if you have Netflix, it's worth watching like a few of those select episodes. And the one on The Lost Boys is fascinating. Yeah, it would have just been a completely different movie
Oh, it
in
had
the
just
hands
been a
of.
movie for kids, like with kid vampires or something.
Yeah, but in the hands
I
of.
love what they made though.
Well,
Yeah.
Joel Schumacher made that happen. Like he
Yeah, it
made
was
all of the
him.
decisions that caused it to be this kind of weird, culty, adult movie.
It reminds
No,
me
so
of
if you hate him for Batman and Robin, he made up for it with The Lost Boys. So,
Flash
Boys is
Gordon.
my childhood.
yeah, Lost Boys is great.
Lost Boys good.
Reminds me of home. I used to go to that boardwalk all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, I mean it was
That's awesome.
just a
Santa
couple
Clara?
out.
In
like
Santa
an hour and a
Cruz?
half. In Santa Cruz.
Oh,
Santa
really?
Cruz boardwalk.
No, it's Santa Clara.
I didn't know you were that close. I've got another friend from Santa Cruz. Let's see, going back to try the original, The Day the Earth Stood Still. Excellent high quality film. Nice. Jeremy, none of my gaming group here likes 9th edition, so we're going back to the editions we enjoyed. 4th edition, huh? I learned in 5th edition, and then played some 6th edition, or maybe came back in 7th. 7th was like a weird hot mess. And then 8th was like fine. It was better. And then 9th is probably fine to me, but I don't know. I don't have a huge like history with 40K and I don't really have like a big expectation that they, care about rules for players. But that's probably just my own jaded opinion. So, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with playing older editions if that's what you want to do. I just never played fourth. Although I think at Valhalla there were some other players who talked about playing older editions because ninth wasn't their jam either. And it's sort of like the big balance between getting new players to be able to learn the rules quickly, i.e. have simpler rules, and trying not to lose your older audience who wanted more complex stuff. But I don't know that you have to change the rule set so often. Like, that just seems weird to me. Let's see, DS9 rehabilitated the Ferengi in a major way. Really, Shell? Quatermass was an interesting black and white sci-fi movie series too. I haven't seen that one. Forbidden Planet is amazing. It's the very essence of classic Star Trek story. Must see. Battlefinder. None of my group likes GW. It's time for Kings of War. Yeah, I don't know. That one's probably fine. It's the smaller scale one, I think, right? It's, I mean, Bolt Action's quite a good game too. That has a lot of overlap, so people may enjoy. I mean, play what you want, but Kings of War, and if you like the scale of 40K, Bolt Action is pretty dang fun. And the guys at Warlords are awesome. Let's see. No way. Never knew that about Lost Boys. It's fascinating, like, because they get interviews with all the people who had worked around the series, or the movie, and it's fun. It's fun to see. Making me all nostalgic while paradoxically feeling my age. Yeah. Rothan Fairmoon. Hello, hello. How are you enjoying the new studio? Love it. Just need to fill it. But, that's the goal. I've got goals. Got things to do. I'm so excited. Long as it's not the recent War of the Worlds TV series. I'm sorry about Streets of Fire. It was me that suggested it, so sorry. It's okay, Bills. It was the most ridiculous movie I'd seen in so long. And I still don't think I've seen a
What
more...
was your favorite part?
I was about to say, like, I don't think I've ever seen a woman get more aggressively punched in the face in a movie, other than in Streets of Rage. It just looked so real. So I was like, I had to rewind it. I'm like, did that happen? How did anybody, let this happen? It was fascinating. But yeah, I'm not actually mad at you. I will watch all kinds of movies, so it's just another one that I get to say I've seen. It's just so weird. But man, whoever recommended Hawk the Slayer, that one was a really good one. So I don't know if that came from you too. Let's see. Battlefinder. Kings of War is basically Warhammer Fantasy, but streamlined and simplified. They allow you to use virtually any model for the game. I urge you to give it a college try. Yeah, it's probably true. I guess there's space now to do these things. Although, on the topic of fantasy, because I have so many models from Shadespire and Warhammer Underworlds, I think I might be getting close to having some sort of small point army for fantasy. And the Alliance of Death is quite intriguing. Especially since Bretonnians are gone now. Well, that's okay. John Carpenter made great things. The Thing was fantastic. Oh yeah, he did. Let's see.
Also, does anyone play Underworlds? Is that a thing now?
I don't know if anybody still plays Warhammer Underworlds. Is that still even supported? The new place should offer enough space for small home cinema. Yeah, that's the hope. I mean, we'll be filming stuff, so I know what you mean. Thank you. Let's see. Battlefinder, yes. Death, good. Did Tommy watch the Song of a Star Slayer?
No, I haven't found it streaming anywhere.
I guess we haven't found it. Hawk the Slayer is great. One of my faves. Jack Palance is way more camp than Shatner ever was. There's got to be an earnestness to it. It has to be authentic, hamming it up, and not just phoning it in, hamming it up. There's a very big difference. It's if you watch the first Dungeons and Dragons movie, there's phoned in, hamming it up. It just doesn't feel right. Rothan, I am collecting Underworlds, and yes, it is still being supported. Oh, well, good. Because I have a lot of Warhammer Underworld stuff that I've collected. It happened so
liked
quickly.
playing it.
Well, they were super fun to paint, and yeah, it was pretty fun to paint or to play. So, I have to give that one a go. Let's see, I'm 3 to 5 squid. Kind of want to finish faster than you for the lulz. You probably will. I'm not that quick at watching television. So,
And she's not all that invested in it.
that's true. I mean, it's probably fine. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to be all in when the next season of Cobra Kai is out. Just that I will dedicate to. But I think that Netflix does better with half-an-hour shows than hour-long shows, because half-an-hour shows, a bunch of stuff is happening and it really kind of keeps you going and going and going. And the hour-long shows,
They drag.
they do. They feel like there's like, it's the same amount of content, except now it's in an hour instead of half an hour, and I don't like having my time wasted. So. Have you ever seen The Sword and the Sorcerer? Yeah. Have we actually seen that one? Sword and the Sorcerer, like the. That's not
Kinda.
that's not the one with the weird rotoscoping over it, is it?
No, that's Wizards.
Oh, that's just proper Wizards.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
then no. Saw Wizards instead. So, yes. Huh, my phone is held steady at 18% battery. So yeah, the old sci-fi is generally a little bit more, I think it holds up over time a little bit better than old sword and sorcery and old fantasy. Like Hawk the Slayer is super fun and it was quite good, but like you could tell Hollywood never really took it seriously as a genre, whereas I think sci-fi goes back and forth on that. And it just it comes out in the final product. Let's see, screw the net. Netflix, like most studios, can't write to save their lives. Well, I've seen enough stuff to show that for sure. 45 minutes is the sweet spot that more shows should be at. The writing's got to improve all around. There does tend to be a lot of limitations in the story. Like, it does feel like most of the time characters just do the next thing in their plot point, as opposed to being motivated, or, you know, where you can follow along with their story and say, oh yeah, I understand why they would do this. Of course they're going to do that. Like, they just do the thing, and it makes it feel like you're just sitting and waiting for a ride to end than being invested in a story and following along with characters and being invested in them, which again, Cobra Kai does a fantastic job following old Johnny Lawrence, because he is a sympathetic character who's also just a big old jerk, but he's kind of relatable because you know that guy, and he doesn't make weird decisions that don't make sense. Been a retro month for my wife and I. Just went through Record of the Lotus War. Oh, wow. Jeremy, no, it has a triple-bladed sword that shoots out of the other two blades like projectiles. Nope, definitely haven't seen that one. QWERTY presser. Did you ever watch Galaxy Quest? Oh, yes. Oh, Galaxy Quest is lovely. What a wonderful movie that is. Have you tasted mead? And what's the group's favorite drink? I enjoy a good beer. Actually, nobody in here really drinks. Well, I don't know, maybe for a little bit, but like nobody here really.
I've never had mead.
Okay, it's like the honey beer, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, yeah.
I don't drink too often. Sometimes I'll do whiskey.
It sounds hardcore. I only drink when it's hard liquor. No, so unfortunately, we're a very ignorant group to be speaking to that. Sorry. Magua, yeah, it seems like audiences aren't used to being told a story. Well, that was kind of the funny thing. I'd go watch, like, Coming to America, and you're like, man, what a delightful, like, full-fledged story. And it just, like, I was laughing so hard during the whole movie. It's really funny. It's ridiculous in ways that are good-natured, and it's just nice. And so you don't really see that in movies. I feel like there's too much forced messaging in it now. You just almost don't trust what you're watching half the time.
Well, we watched Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark,
Ooh,
finally.
yeah,
And
we
that
did.
one was kind of weird. It was like,
Well, the art department did their job pretty dang well. Like, there were two specific monsters in there that just worked But yeah, as far
And
as
the
like the
third
story,
monster would have worked really well if they didn't put any CG on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say the CG department really should have been put on a leash, because
yeah,
More of a leash.
like when you actually watch the behind the scenes, the suited people actually look way scarier in the behind the scenes than they did in the movie.
But I felt that way about what was it? The Star Wars movie, was it The Rise of Skywalker with the snake thing? Was it that one, or
It's
was it the
the-
one before that? Maybe it was Last
It's
Jedi.
the last one. The last, whatever.
Last Jedi?
Whatever the last one was, yeah.
Well, the last one was
Mhm.
Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, is that one.
Okay, yeah, where she's healing the snake. Like, they made a whole snake that you can see in the behind the scenes that looks really good. The CG actually was less interesting. But everyone, I don't know, at least for people who are used to watching a lot of movies, like, you get a really keen eye for CG, and it does make it feel less exciting, which is why the thing holds up still to this day.
Oh, yeah. Tremors. That's why Tremors holds up.
Now we're talking about Japanimation anime. We need more battery power. Onega.
When they go,
Onegai. Yeah, there we go. Onega Nichan.
Nichan or Nechan?
N-E-E?
Nechan.
Yeah, totally.
Clearly, that's what Miranda meant to say.
Obviously. Fluent. I speak fluent anime. That's not true at all. Most anime is just awful. That's okay. And see, my brother and I would get some flavored meat at Christmas. Otherwise, I like good cider. Apple cider's quite good.
Cider.
Never had mead, not very common. I prefer stouts, but only if they're well made. Guinness is a go-to, but kind of bottom of the barrel in a way. Okay.
I very much dislike beer.
Speaking of movies that people get sued over, did you know that the Guy Pearce movie Lockdown got sued by John Carpenter as it was too close to escape to New York, and John Carpenter won? I did not know that. It's interesting. Yeah, again, it's why you're not supposed to send like unsolicited scripts to studios. Like there's a
Most studios
specific,
won't accept them.
yeah, there's a specific chain of maybe title essentially for a given story to come to them to make sure that they don't end up with a plagiarized script, because that stuff happens so often.
Well, they can prove they never saw your script.
Yeah, exactly. What the F? Lockdown wasn't even close to Escape from New York. Poor Guy Pearce. Lockdown took place in space. Well, you know. The Coming to America lawsuit was very similar. It was like, this little guy who came over from Africa, but he went to Washington and had to do with like a political coup back home. It was not a comedy from the sound of it. It was just a very different story, but Did Miranda say Attack on Titan? LOL, that anime mention. Oh, Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is like the scientific perfection of wasting people's time and giving them exactly one drop of story every episode. It was a really fascinating concept, but I ran out of patience for it because I realized how much I hate inner monologues. I guess. I don't know.
Say inner or outer?
Outer monologues, I guess, for that. Because it's like, well, I Am Legend was watchable. Like, I know it wasn't a great movie, but it was fine. Like, Will Smith does a good job. And it's largely just him talking to himself. And Moon was amazing.
Well, Moon was great.
Yeah. With Sam Rockwell. And so it's like, I don't know, is it inner monologue? Is it like,
It's the whining.
maybe it's just that. Maybe it's
I was
just,
gonna say, let's
everyone's
just
just
be-
too
let's
busy
just
feeling
go
sorry
right
for
to
themselves.
It's the whining, the self-deprecation.
Oh yeah, through the net. Look, I had plenty of ideas that I could swear were literally stolen by studios and tons of people. But there is such thing as the psychic unconsciousness that permeates the earth. Maybe. I wouldn't say no to that. Oh man, I had fun on that topic. But yeah, it's sort of like when inventions get created around the same time and all of that. Attack on Titan. Damn, I forgot what I was going to say. So who can say if people really stole things or just had the same or similar ideas? Well, there's the thing. Ideas are cheap until they're not, because there's $1 million ideas out there, but you kind of need all the ingredients together of the right idea plus an engine to push that idea forward, usually the right people leading it in the right direction,
Money.
capital to start with, which even that can vary, right? With the advent of like Kickstarter or being able to do so much grassroots. I mean, people have access to more things than they've ever had in the history of humanity at this point. So, I mean, that's a factor, but probably one of the smaller ones even. It's just, it's not just an idea that just magically makes things happen. You've got to foster it and develop it and, you know, grow it and actually be the one to make it happen. So Moon was good. Yeah, Moon was really good. So wow, we made it to 9 o'clock. Holy cow! I didn't think I could talk that long. So. And
Oh,
we'll just
I
keep-
can attest to the fact that you can.
Well, I certainly like having the interaction with people. Get to have friends once every 2 weeks. Sorry, Bill. And take a look at all these bugs we've got behind us. Machine bugs. Oh my gosh, they're scared. Oh, look at these guys. Yeah. Check them out. They've got gold on them now. It makes them even better. Just skittering all over, getting into your machines and the wiring, just making everything the worst.
They're not gremlins.
They kind of are, though. I mean, that's what they're used for, right? You like send them after like tanks and all of that. They look so good. Oh my gosh. I hope this is an okay image. But Flo, will you be updating your Instagram, you think, babe?
Not maybe not tonight, but hopefully this weekend. Because I need to get a good lighting setup.
So what is it? The Painter Flo?
Yes.
Painter Flo on Instagram. She still has an Instagram. I have obviously not used mine in a while. Watch Dragon Ball. Oh my God, no. Sorry, no. I can't do a show that has more than like 100, 200, however many episodes Dragon Ball has.
Well, I mean, you could just watch Dragon Ball instead of like Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball.
Oh wait, is that a
GT and
different
Dragon
thing?
Ball.
Watch Dragon Ball. Each episode is 25 minutes long. Each fighting scene is 10 minutes of yelling at each other and then 5 minutes of actual fighting, 5 minutes of non-story related show of scenery, 5 minutes of story. Ooh, that sounds like a torture.
You're talking about Dragon Ball Z, GT, and all that, right?
He just said Dragon Ball, so I'm
The
assuming all
original
of
Dragon
them.
Ball didn't have that much,
Really?
but he was like a kid in that one.
Oh my God, I didn't know there was an emoji of a dab. Thanks, Screw the Net. Now I've learned something new. All right, well, we're gonna call it here. Thank you, Flo, for hanging out and diligently painting while I
Well, it is a paint and chat, so I'm fulfilling half.
chatted, so I fulfilled my half. Therefore, we can keep going. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks, and I'll keep you updated on studio progress because, yes, we've got some exciting stuff happening. And, yes, so thank you for that. And, yeah. Yeah, it was useful once, but whatever. I'm sure you're useful more than once. Be well, guys. You take care. Enjoy. Happy hobbying. Don't get too caught up in the news out there. And congratulations to the guys at Warfare, especially the Kador winner, because Kador is the best faction. Good night.
Bye.